morning, good afternoon, and I'm delighted to present Goodbody Health to you today. As Chris said, my name is Marc Howells. I've been the CEO of Goodbody Health for a year now. Prior to that, I spent 37 years in finance, in banking, working across 11 different countries, where really my skill set was building profitable businesses and driving enterprise value. I've asked Anne Shu to join me today, who will be able to answer some of the questions. Anne's my right-hand person and CFO of the business. The Goodbody stock can be traded through AJ Bell. We're listed on the AQSE exchange under GDBY. We're on the Canadian Stock Exchange under GDBY, on the Frankfurt Exchange under ticker 4840, and on the OTCQB exchange under GDBYF. So who are Goodbody? Well, we're a wellness company focused on the health and wellness of our customers in the local communities, currently in the UK, using cutting-edge technology and diagnostic equipment. We position ourselves under the proposition of no more, live better, i.e., the more you know about your current wellness, the more you can do to live better and prevent health or wellness problems in the future. I listened earlier to the first presentation talking about copper and gold. Well, we believe that blood is the next gold of the future. Everyone has it. You can't live without it. It's one of the key determinants of your health. And individuals today do not have capability of testing their blood on a regular basis to find out what their blood is telling them about their health. In Goodbody Health, we have distribution, which I'll come on to, which when combined with our marketing expertise, the support platforms that we have, commercialization, and the third-party technologies, it creates a very, very powerful position for Goodbody. Throughout last year, it became very clear to us as a business that demand from consumers to know more about their health and wellness was being significantly enhanced by the evolving demands of the pandemic. People experiencing lifestyle changes during lockdown, such as middle-aged men like myself, spending too much time locked down, drinking too much red wine, wanting to know about the effects on my liver, wanting to know the effects on my health, and really, what could I do about it? I call it the general realization of what you do not know may be harming you. And we've seen that right across different populations in the UK, with people wanting to be able to monitor their health and find out more about their health. So we began a journey of building relationships with independent pharmacies through last year. And we signed relationships with over 140 points of care over last year, primarily offering COVID-related testing and gradually introducing blood and wellness testing. To date, we've conducted over 100,000 tests. We're not talking about it. We're actually in the market completing tests on a day-to-day basis. And last year, we generated over £14 million in revenue, but more importantly, much needed revenue for the pharmacies who are struggling in the market today. We have a very clear infrastructure. We have a head office housing our operational team. We have a specialist ISO accredited UK laboratory. We have an in-house manufacturing warehouse and fulfillment facility. And we also have a Polish CBD manufacturing and testing facility, combined with some retail units that we operate in Bristol and Bath in the UK. I'm very proud to represent a very strong, amazing management team who have a track record of success, a track record of achievement. Their bios will be attached to the presentation that after this, I believe Chris and Lisa will be sending out. So net-net, we have an established blueprint in the UK today, with a rapidly expanding distribution network, an evolving set of products and services executed by an experienced management team operating in a strong governance and control environment. So what is the problem? Well, as I'm sure most of you are acutely aware, the world has been faced with growing health epidemics and challenges, which has put the health services under unprecedented stress. Even before COVID entered the picture, the NHS was struggling with demand and resource. The need for radical investment and reform of diagnostic services was recognised at the time the NHS completed the long-term plan, which was published in 2019. Also, Brexit has had a major material impact on resource availability in the UK, with health professionals returning to their home countries. So we had two major impacts. We had the COVID pandemic on top of that, and that has created a significant increase in consumer inquisitiveness as to their well-being, and the problem has become unsustainable for the NHS, unsustainable for the GPs, who are overwhelmed with volume. And we believe, and our main belief is that the 11,500 plus pharmacies in the UK can provide significantly more frontline diagnostic services to both prevent and reduce the increase in bottleneck at the NHS. Independent pharmacies are considered the community medical team trusted by patients for advice and help. They're losing a lot of their funding and have been over the last couple of years, and many are struggling to cover costs, reducing their opportunity to invest in the latest technology. The NHS plan sets out that the plan needs to give people more control over their own health using those community services. Community phlebotomy services should be improved so that all patients can have blood samples taken close to their home at least 6 days a week without needing to come to hospitals and GPs. So we have an overwhelmed NHS and GP practice with more requirements being pushed to the independent pharmacies on reduced funding. So the NHS are looking carefully at which services they can place into the pharmacies rather than the GP surgeries, and that's where we look that we can provide solutions. So what are we doing? Our strategy is very clear. We're going to support the NHS by providing frontline services in the local community pharmacies using technology to disrupt the old courier to lab testing. And we're going to scale that model using the existing blueprint that's been successful up to now. We plan to extend and expand our distribution network to over 2,000 pharmacies, which we're calling community diagnostic hubs, by the end of 2024. That will create a national footprint, giving us full coverage across the UK. The transfer of key services from the local GP practice into those local pharmacies will include key observations such as height, weight, blood pressure, heart rate, etc. And we're looking at the technology that we can place inside those pharmacies to enable that transfer. And we'll also use the pharmacies as a cross-sell resource. I went to the dentist recently for my regular 6-month check, which normally costs around £60. When I was sitting in the dentist, I was advised that x-rays needed to be taken, so the x-rays were taken. I was told I needed to see the hygienist, so I booked to see the hygienist. And I was also sold a water floss machine. So by the time I left the dentist, the bill was closer to £300. The pharmacists are trusted advisors, and we believe that by providing them with the right products and the right services, they can significantly increase both their revenue, but also satisfy the demand that the customers are looking for. We started in this year an in-house phlebotomy school. So we started the process of training phlebotomists within each of the pharmacies to enable full blood draws at the actual clinic. And this is all wrapped up in exclusive contracts with those pharmacies and clinics. We have a genuine interest in the well-being of our customers, and the key here is to enable the individuals to manage their health and wellness digitally through a mobile app, tracking against a peer group. So the example I used about tracking your liver position and comparing that to your peer group and suggesting changes to your lifestyle to improve your liver performance and measuring that over time through a mobile app is the direction that we believe will gain traction. So we're basically looking at gamifying health and how you can manage your performance and health over time to prevent you becoming part of the NHS backlog. This is all in an environment of quality and compliance, and we are currently moving through the process of being registered and supervised by the Care Quality Commission. So looking at our clinic rollout, we rolled out and signed contracts with more than 140 clinics last year. We are aiming and on track to increase to over 800 clinics this year, and that will grow to over 2,000 by the end of 2024. Over that period of time as well, we are training significant volumes of phlebotomists within those clinics to enable blood draw within each of the sites that we have. The opening of clinics is accelerating rapidly purely because of the demand from the clinics for us to provide their services. We literally have an open door and are receiving significant inflow of people asking them to provide our products and our services today, because they've seen the impact that we've had on the pharmacies that we currently deal with. Our business has grown substantially over the COVID period, working on the PCR and COVID testing. And over that period of time, we've been transitioning to non-COVID testing with the clinics, and we expect PCR to decline over time. Remember, PCR testing and COVID testing is not just driven by UK requirements. It's driven by the countries also that people are traveling to. So as we speak now, the PCR testing market remains healthy, and we're not experiencing any concerns at this stage. So that enables us to continue our acceleration into the blood testing market. We see three very distinct populations, right, which I'll come on to in more detail in a moment. The post-COVID inquisitive customers, the diagnostic wellness customers, and managing chronic conditions. And I'll talk through in a sec how we tap into the life stages and needs over time. Our route to market on these populations is with the influx of self-care customers and those people who are not happy to wait 3 to 4 weeks to receive blood appointments at their GP. The pharmacies will form part of a diverse delivery model, varying from direct to the consumer off the web store that is up and running and you can take a look at, to mobile clinics, to schools and gyms. We have converted ambulances that we're using as mobile clinics today. And we have very clear plans to extend the products and services to employers so that they can provide as a service health checks for their employee base. McKinsey, in its recent Feeling Good, the future of the $1.5 trillion wellness market, concurs with the three groups I'm talking through in this discussion in the diagnostic wellness market. Wellness enthusiasts are high-income consumers who actively follow brands on social media, track new products, launches, and are excited about innovations. So I'd like you to meet Jill. Jill has had COVID and is anxious about managing her health. She wants to know more to live more. She lives an active and busy life and is happy to spend money on retaining and improving her health. She trusts pharmacists and needs ongoing reassurance. We can help Jill. Meet Dan. Dan is our diagnostic wellness customer. He's socially responsible and is willing to pay more for trusted brands. He wants to know more faster so he can live better. He's time poor, cash rich, and wants to know what changes he can make to his lifestyle, improving his well-being. Well, we can help Dan. And finally, meet Kathy. Kathy manages her diabetes and wants more to control and manage her health. She's price conscious and believes wellness products are important, but she likes to compare features and benefits before purchasing to get the best deal. She also wants rapport with someone who quickly understands her needs, i.e. the pharmacies. We can also help Kathy. So why work with Goodbody? Why would a pharmacy work with us? Well, we know the pharmacies are under intense pressure, whilst are experienced, knowledgeable and trusted, seeking ways to optimize their income using new technology, provide solutions for the NHS, for the customer, and for the pharmacy. The commissions to the pharmacy make a material difference. We've already had tremendous success on our existing pharmacies, and through our research with our Goodbody Pharmacy Focus Group, we understand the challenges facing the local independents today. We position 4 major parts of our model, i.e. we take the financial risk, we deliver marketing activity around the pharmacy to increase the flow of new customers to them, we provide the diagnostic equipment, and we pay commissions that materially contribute to the pharmacy revenue. To give you an example, last year we paid on average £2,500 per pharmacy per month, and we're aware that the average profitability for a pharmacy is around £60,000 per annum. So the £30,000 that we provided through our testing makes our proposition compelling, hence the reason we have an open door with people wanting to sign contracts with us. Our marketing, whilst there's an increase in natural footfall with customer inquisitiveness, our marketing strategy revolves around the message, what you don't know might be harming you. And we talk and market. People will spend money each year to MOT their car. People will invest in MOT in their gas boiler or oil boiler every year. People will go to the dentist every 6 to 12 months to MOT their teeth, but people don't or do not currently MOT their blood. And that's where Goodbody Health steps in. We're offering distribution, products and services so you can check, MOT your blood every 3 months, every 6 months, depending on your condition, and you will be able to track how your changes in lifestyle improve your health and well-being and prevent, hopefully, you having to join the NHS backlog. We currently offer a range of tests where demand is at its highest, and we're expanding that range over 2022. The key is enabling fast results at the point of care using mobile devices. And we can do blood tests that vary from sending a product to a laboratory to having results within 3 minutes, actually in the pharmacy to give the appropriate advice, right, to the customer. And those devices are being used and are trusted by the NHS. As you'd expect, we have a comprehensive tactical marketing plan from digital to SEO to national above the line marketing as we embed our national footprint. So that's it from me. In summary, we have a very clear strategy. We have a growing product set driven by consumer demand, an inquisitive customer group, an overwhelmed NHS GP service, a distribution network where we are solving financial distress at the pharmacies, and a management team with a proven record of success. And we'd like you to join us in delivering that strategy. We are not currently looking at a cash raise, or as we are well capitalized as a business, but would like further investors to join the Goodbody Health journey, i.e. the new gold, knowing your blood. We have significant investor information on our website, and I believe this deck is being sent out post this call. So with that, Chris, happy to take any questions.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Mark, for a very in-depth and very colourful presentation. And we're joined by Anne too, who is the Chief Financial Officer for the Q&A session. So let's run on then, because we've got a few to get through. Is Goodbody going to link up with London Medical to offer teledermatology, or Cecil Biotech for testing lung cancer?
We have no plans, and we haven't announced any plans to do that. We have no plans of linking up directly or commercially with any specific laboratory.
Okay. Just to clarify, how do you actually generate the revenue? Is it a percentage in which you sell into the pharmacies, or how does that operation work in terms of the revenue that you generate and recurring revenue?
Through the retail price we sell the tests at. So we market to the customer, we send them into the pharmacy. The customer has accepted a price through our acquisition system, and we pay the appropriate costs and commissions to the pharmacy for providing that service. So our revenue is generated by the retail price minus the cost of the product, commissions, etc.
Right, okay. And going back to the pharmacy scenario, have you signed major contracts with some of the major pharmacies in the major supermarkets, or is it, because you mentioned independents quite a few times, I think?
Sure. Our focus at the moment, the simple answer is no, we haven't. And that's not because we cannot, it's because our intention is to raise the profile of and support the local independent pharmacies, right, in the local community, because that's where we believe there are significant, I would say, value in the local community. There are customer databases, i.e. the local pharmacy knows his customers or her customers, and we're very much looking at building a relationship model between the pharmacy, the local pharmacy, and the customer. So our intention at this stage, right, is not to sign up major organizations where we cannot embed that model.
Okay, all right. Now you've recently announced the new clinic in Canada, which is very exciting. So what is the scope for blood testing in Canada? Why did you choose Canada?
Huge. We're listed on the Canadian Stock Exchange because of a historical purchase. We see a huge potential market in Canada and potentially moving south. I mean, as people become more inquisitive about their health and well-being, and I've talked about blood being the next gold. Everyone wants to know what it's telling you, as it were. We thought we would leverage up our existing position in Canada through and the relationships we have to put our flag in the ground there. Okay.
Perhaps this one might be for Anne. The expenditure in terms of getting the message out, obviously you mentioned above the line advertising, marketing through various media outlets. Is that a significant cost to the company?
I'll answer that first, Anne, and then perhaps you jump in. I think for the immediate term, there's more demand, right, for the product than there's available supply today. So we have quite a few of our pharmacists through the council that we have through our focus group, who are saying they have volumes of customers walking in asking for products that they cannot provide today. So I think there's a general demand for these products right today. I think our marketing piece initially will be advising people where they can go and get the tests rather than trying to generate, additional new customers. Sorry, Anne, I don't know whether I just covered what you wanted to cover, but go ahead.
Yes, partly. I mean, we've historically, when we were doing mainly COVID testing, it was very much online advertising to drive people to whichever was their nearest clinic. So it was identified by their postcode, and they'd be driven from online advertising. When we go into the future with blood testing and a range of other products and services that we're building into the wellness proposition, including healthcare checks, we will continue with that means of driving people to wherever their local clinic, Goodbody clinic is, but we will also be looking at other forms of advertising to actually establish our brand countrywide. So there's a whole marketing plan out there which we will be implementing over the next few months.
So
I would seriously invite the listeners to this webinar to go onto our website and try it.
Yeah, okay. So the point that the person was making is that obviously there's a big expenditure in terms of what you're doing and getting the message out there, because it's very much consumer driven.
Very much, but we do believe it's also being driven through the pandemic, and it's being driven by the NHS as well. I think the NHS started a program on the 14th of February with celebrities like Victor Meldrew talking about heart care. Now, part of the testing we can do through the well man and well woman is test your a lot of the key indicators and biomarkers that indicate your heart condition. So again, what we're saying is that if you do these tests today, the indicators that you can come out with will determine how you need to modify your lifestyle so that it prevents you moving in, towards the 7.6 million people today who have heart challenges. So what we're trying to get the message out is there is availability now for you to test your blood, right, and you to determine what your wellness is and how you can change that over time, and that's what we're promoting.
Okay, we'll run over time, but I'll squeeze one last one in. When will the app be implemented?
Good question. And if my CTO was here, I'd be sort of prompting him, when are you going to have it ready for me? I don't know if I'm allowed to give a date, Anne, because it's not public information. So I'll say as soon as we possibly can.
That's a good answer.
It's being worked on.
Okay. Well, as I say, we're over time. Really enjoyed the presentation. Thank you both, Mark. Thank you, Anne, for that presentation. We'll send the slide decks out to everybody. The video will be obviously sent to you for approval, which will go up onto the website. And we wish you well and speak to you again soon.